Hello and welcome to the Fandemic. This is a Facebook and YouTube live podcast show that celebrates all the things that we feel are awesome in hopes of spreading our fandom to you, the awesome people. After the live show airs, you can find the show on Spotify, Apple, and anywhere audio podcasts are available. In the show, we dive deep in the hearts of fandoms, and we celebrate the things we love. From sci-fi to fantasy, movies to TV shows, comics to video games, we explore the universes that have captured our imaginations and made us lifelong fans. Each week, we'll take you on a journey through the realms of awesomeness. Expect passionate discussions, in-depth analyses, things under the bed, and many, many side quests. So whether you're a die-hard enthusiast or just dipping your toes in the fandom waters, the Fandemic is the place to be. I'm the host, your self-proclaimed Emperor of Awesome, Bradley Butin, and with me I have Tyler Brooke. Now, it's been a while since you've been on the Fandemic. Tyler, what's new? What have you been up to? And how the heck are you?
Well, what's new? For starters, our series, The Undateable X-Men, is actually starting to take off a little more.
Nice.
My cosplaying side business is starting to take off. I just made $800 this weekend walking around as Willy Wonka at the Chocolate Expo in Edison, New Jersey.
I saw pictures of that. You looked fantastic as the Wonka.
Thank you. Would you believe that hair was all natural?
I'm a little too old to claim that. I mean, I got the hat on. I got a big old bald spot in the back. So, I mean, like, it's about time for me to go back to being bald, I think.
I mean, there are plenty of bald characters you can go as, like Luthor, the Penguin. Who's another good one? Darkseid.
Darkseid would be fun, but I got to keep the beard. I shaved my beard a while ago, and I scared the crap out of my kids. That and it was one of those things that after I started shaving the beard, I remembered that I don't have a chin without a beard, and I'm like, oh, it's gone. My chin is gone. Yeah.
Hellboy. Yeah. Does he really have facial hair?
Doesn't he have a soul patch?
Yeah, he has a soul patch.
He's got soul. So the cosplayer that I'm eyeing right now is old Green Arrow. Do you read the comics?
Occasionally, but there's so many continuities, it's hard to keep track. The last thing I read was we just found out that Nightcrawler's mom is actually his dad.
Yes. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna get it in here, and I'll do show you the quick picture of this real quick. Where are you at? And I'll let you know. I'll let you see if you think I can pull off. Where's my Green Arrow? I just did a Fandemic review of Green Arrow. Green Arrow is one of my favorites. He's one of my favorite superheroes. And
you call him a superhero? I mean, he's just a guy that shoots arrows. He basically has the same powers as Robin Hood.
True, except he suffers the Batman thing where they make him into like space and all that kind of stuff. But there he is right there. I think I could pull off the bald Green Arrow.
Yeah, all right.
You're right.
Or maybe one of the the Masters of Oa.
Oh, the Guardians.
Guardians, that's what I'm thinking. The
Guardians, that would be really cool too, and do like some different like color schemes for the emotional spectrum, because apparently now Green Lanterns can wield more than two colors. I guess that's going to be a thing that's going to happen. And
they're going to frickin' Infinity Gauntlet it?
I think so. I think that's kind of where they're going. But I haven't collected Green Lantern in a while. It's just Green Lantern's hard to collect.
Well, yeah, ever since Ryan Reynolds ruined it.
This is true. But I mean, at least he went back and tried to fix it in Deadpool.
At least he roasted himself. But riddle me this.
Yeah.
You've seen the DCAU, right?
Yeah, animated, yeah.
Yeah, okay. So, for the record, I'm not shitting on the Green Lantern we had. I just think it would have been funnier if Guy Gardner was the Green Lantern we got instead.
I mean, that's the Green Lantern we're getting in Superman Legacy. It's Nathan Fillion's going to be Guy Gardner.
But he's so likable, and Guy Gardner's a douche.
Yeah, I know it. So it's
See,
gonna be
I feel like they should have switched. Nathan Fillion should have been Hal Jordan, and Ryan Reynolds should have been Guy Gardner. That would have been a great switch.
Yeah, to me, when I think of Guy Gardner, I think of just this brooding dude who is a jerk in high school and a kind of a bully, and I guess I'm speaking too soon because I have not read a lot of Guy Gardner. My favorite Green Lantern is Kyle Rayner.
All
And I
right.
think he was the first White Lantern. I think he was the first White Lantern, if my memory serves me right.
Well, to be fair, most of them have been white.
Yeah.
Hal Jordan, Kyle Rayner. I think the only black one we've had was the what you call it? Phil Lamar played him.
Oh, John Stewart.
John Stewart, yeah.
Oh no, I don't mean white as in skin color. I mean white, the White Lantern color.
Oh, white. Okay,
yeah. I mean, like John Stewart is by far he was. If I have to rank my favorite and the best are two different things. So like John Stewart is the best leader of the Green Lanterns by far. John Stewart, Kyle Rayner. Kyle Rayner is my favorite because that's the one I grew up with. But as in like best Green Lanterns, it's John Stewart, and then you have to go down with all the other ones. But man, Green Lantern is just so hard to get into lately, man. I'm
just
not
feels like being a space cop.
Yeah,
it's DC's answer to Nova Corp.
Yeah, which I like it better than Nova Corp because Marvel can't do anything with the Nova Corps either. So I mean, it's like whatever.
Oh please, they've been having a pissing contest for years.
Yeah, true.
Marvel has X-Men, so freaking DC has Teen Titans.
Well, but DC also has Doom Patrol. I mean, they have
they also have Doom Patrol.
But
Avengers, Justice League is better than Tigra, Cheetah, the Lizard, Killer Croc, Hulk, Solomon Grundy.
Yep.
Bane.
Deathstroke and Deadpool.
Yep. Batman and Moon Knight.
Yep.
Is there anybody I'm really missing?
I think those
probably
are the big
a lot
ones.
of them.
Oh well, I mean those are the ones that the easy ones. But yeah,
Superman and Hyperion.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, I mean, like nothing is original in there, so it's really hard to come up with these new characters, and that's what I want.
I feel like DC Superman's probably the most original character of the bunch.
Oh, you mean John?
No, it's like Superman.
In the comics?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't follow Superman comics anymore. I've never been a huge Superman ever since the death and the return of Superman. I've always been more of a like Green Arrow. I like Nightwing a ton. So my favorite DC superheroes, well, actually my favorite superheroes of all time is Nightwing, Green Arrow, and Wolverine and Venom. Those are my guys.
Well, to be fair, Venom's really more of an anti-hero.
Mm-hmm, exactly. So well, I guess you can't really say that for Wolverine. Wolverine's full-on hero.
I mean, anybody that joins an X-Men is by far. Actually, Magneto's led the X-Men, and he's been a villain.
Yeah, but they're getting the X-Men, and we'll get into that here shortly. But the X-Men is all about like bettering yourself. I mean, that's that's the whole. That's to me what I love about the X-Men is anybody could be an X-Men. Anybody. I mean, well, okay. The one thing you're got to be a mutant, I guess, but man, the X-Men team is the best team.
Can you be a mutate and be an X-Men member? Like, say, if Spider-Man wanted to join the X-Men, could that be possible?
I think so. I think there'd be a place for Spider-Man.
Yeah, see, because he wasn't born with his powers.
Right, and he's worked with most of them.
Yeah, and now I think, but what about Deadpool? He would also technically be a mutate.
Well, I mean, he's been X-Factor and X-Force. So, I mean, like, and I know he wants to be an X-Men, but I don't know. Those are some good questions. Well, with that, before we get into our talking about X-Men 97, dude, Tyler, what is your favorite TV and movies that are going on right now? What are some of your favorite things right now?
Well, let me ask you something. You have Amazon Prime?
I do.
Definitely check out Hell of a Boss. It's honestly
Hell
one
of
of
a
the best
Boss?
original series I've seen in a while.
Who's in it?
Oh no, sorry, not Hell of a Boss. That's the YouTube one. Has Been Hotel is one
I
of the
saw
best.
that. I
Is
saw
one of
that
the
on my
ones.
queue. I was like, what is Has Been Hotel? Okay, I'll check it out tonight.
Yeah, a lot of big names out there. Keith David is one part of the cast.
I mean, that's a selling point right there. When you're, okay, yeah, Keith David, yes, we are big fans of Keith David.
Like the Royal We?
Like the who?
Like the Royal We or the General We?
Oh, all we's are big fans of Keith David.
Indeed. Incidentally, hashtag keep binging gargoyles.
Yes, go. Oh my gosh. I there's a is there? I think there's a new Gargoyles comic coming out.
I've actually read some of the comics.
Yeah, and
So it turns out that Eliza's an aunt now.
Oh,
Yeah,
sweet.
but you remember her brother, Talon?
Yes,
Yeah, she has a kid with Maggie.
very cool.
Yeah, but it's not what you think.
Oh no.
I don't want to give too much away.
Yeah,
but,
exactly. I'm gonna buy the comics. I've been reading a ton of comics the last couple
Yeah,
weeks.
but it's what you're expecting and what you're not expecting at the same time, or at least it's at what you would have been expecting at one point.
Very cool, very cool. I have not. I'm due to introduce my youngest to the Gargoyles amazingness. That's gonna happen. That might be one of her chores for Friday, while she's on spring break.
Yeah, although the series is going to be weird to continue without Ed Asner.
Yeah, yeah, man, he was such a good actor. Oh,
He really was.
indeed. All right, man. Have you watching any movies?
Last thing I had to see was the new Willy Wonka movie.
Okay.
Just to get in quote unquote in character. They really wanted me to watch the latest one or the earliest one, the Gene Wilder one. But I figure I might as well do my research for all of them.
Yeah.
Except for the Johnny Depp one. He's just fucking crazy. I mean, his roles change, but no matter what, he's the crazy fucker that always wants to sleep with Tim Burton and killed Tim Burton's wife just to do so.
Yes,
I feel like that's the same theme with every movie he's in.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
In fact, South Park actually ripped on that. They never even brought Tim Burton just to make fun of him.
Yeah.
Like it was the 200 episode where we're getting all the celebrities to sue South Park. And they said, Tim Burton, nobody could ever say that you've never had an original idea since Beetlejuice. And if you love Johnny Depp so much, why don't you just sleep with him? No show could ever say that. Yeah.
Nice. No, very nice.
So they literally just brought him in just to rip him on that moment. Every other celebrity when they brought in prior to that, they made fun of. Kanye West, Oprah, freaking who is the guy who's the anti-smoking guy? It's gonna kill me now.
I don't know.
Rob Schneider. No, Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. Remember the goo guy?
Yeah. Yep. Oh man.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to Ghostbusters?
A lot of the reboots have been lackluster, so there's nothing I really try to wow myself with. That said, I'm gonna try to keep an open mind.
Okay, I think it's gonna be good. I mean, Dune 2. If you haven't seen Dune Part 2, go see Dune Part 2.
I'll check it out, but on my budget, the only thing I really see is either I'm taking somebody to a movie, and that may end up with sex. I don't know.
At least it's the hope, right?
Yeah, unless it's a guaranteed contract, but right. I'm not going to say
you
that.
know.
Or it's one of the Ghibli releases.
Nice. Yep. I
definitely check out the The Boy and the Heron if you get the chance.
Yes, Boyd Heron was fantastic. I'm lucky. I work at a movie theater, so I mean, I do all the marketing for a movie theater. So
Nice.
like, when next week I'm gonna be so busy with Ghostbusters, it's not even funny. So, but I've gotten to watch Dune twice. I'm gonna go watch Damsel. I started watching Damsel the other day, but my wife got into it, so now I have to wait for her so I can finish it. So, that's okay.
But yeah, let me know when you watch Hazbin Hotel. They got a lot of Broadway people. That and Hell of a Boss.
Okay.
Both shows bring a lot of big names. Keith David, as previously mentioned. One of the Beetlejuice guy on Broadway, whose name is escaping me right now. The genie from Broadway, the first one, James Monroe Iglehart.
Nice. Okay.
And even Kesha, believe it or not.
Nice.
And do you ever see that show Smiling Friends?
No.
Yeah, it was like one of those weird, trippy stoner Adult Swim shows. They even got that guy on it.
Nice. I will definitely be checking out because it looked intriguing when it popped up on my main page on when I was
both shows are definitely worth your while.
Awesome. I know The Gentleman is on there right now too. Shogun, I've been watching Shogun. Shogun is fantastic. And there's so much good stuff right now, man. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. All right. That's in the small talk. We got to talk about X-Men now. Tyler, I have 10 questions about X-Men 97 I want to discuss. Are you ready?
Fire away.
All right. Question number 1. What do you want to see in X-Men 97? What's the biggest thing?
I want to see who Jean's who's Jean's pregnant with. Is it Scott's child? Is it Wolverine's child? Or is it a Brood's child?
Good answer. And with that, now on the Jean, that was a perfect segue on the Jean. So Jean knows Cable is Cyclops' son.
Well, yeah, but I mean, it could be a different thing. It's like, you ever see King of the Hill?
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Joseph is Dale's son.
Now, do you think that she will let Cyclops know that she knows?
Scott's not exactly the most mentally stable of the X-Men.
Which he should be.
I mean, he's a good leader, but he can't handle certain things well.
Mm-hmm.
So news like that, it's like, oh, hey, remember this guy that came to the future?
Yeah,
he's your son.
Yeah. With some Back to the Future stuff, that'll be fun. All right.
I'd say it's really more freaking the whole Trunk saga thing. Rest in power, Akira Toriyama.
Awesome. All right. Magneto's late wife was a plot thread left hanging. What was his true motivation behind her resurrection?
Magneto's always been of a wild card, honestly. I mean, we definitely know that he got the 2 kids out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of weird having a cow raise them, though.
Yeah. Yes. Now, do you think we'll get Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch?
Well, unless Disney Plus plans on renewing X-Men, I honestly don't see how. It's like you're trying to shove 20 pounds of shit in a 10-pound bag. I mean, even then, they only made like a handful of episodes.
Yeah.
I mean, not even all the X-Men that we wanted to see, Colossus, Nightcrawler, Iceman, Angel, appeared in every single episode.
True.
Which I understand. They're like countless X-Men.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, how do I put this? Okay, you remember Transformers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So there were countless Transformers, right?
Oh, yeah.
But by the time Beast Wars came around, we focused on a more core setting.
Yeah.
So I think X-Men kind of did that earlier. Even though there were countless X-Men, they only want to focus on a handful of them for character development.
Yeah, that's fair. That's a fair analysis of that. Absolutely. All right. So Wolverine's memories are still muddled.
I think they
Will
always will be at this point.
I agree. I agree. But do you think that will his true origins be revealed in X-Men 97? Will they give it to us? Will they give us James Howlett?
Let's be real. Wolverine is by far the most popular X-Men, and funny enough, he didn't even debut in an X-Men comic.
Correct. As a
He
Hulk.
debuted as a assassin for the Hulk, which, funny enough, I kind of make the plot for one of our Undateable X-Men episodes, but it's not the way you think it is. It's Hulk versus the Wolverine legally.
Yes. Yes. Hey, bub. I cannot wait for more of Wolverine. I
But
man, like
that's kind of what I'm bringing about. It feels like we have so much Wolverine spotlight. There's a
mm,
whole Wolverine anime, a whole Wolverine movie, Wolverine
movies.
and the X-Men, which honestly, Steve Bloom is the best Wolverine so far.
Oh,
And
he's the
as
voice
long
that I
as
hear
we're
in
on,
my head.
yeah, exactly. And as long as we're on that topic, if you're really looking to get into voice acting, definitely check out his class through Bloom Vox Studios.
I really want to. And I've done a few things, nothing huge, well, I mean, I'm narrating, we'll get into that as well. But yeah, man, like Steve Bloom, when you think of voice actors, I think of a couple. Deep Bradley Baker is one, James Arnold Taylor is another, and Steve Bloom. Those
Steve
are
David, I mean, a lot of the times
yep.
he sounds exactly similar, but
Mhm.
if you can sound similar, all of your characters can sound similar, and you still do a good job, then clearly you're doing something right.
Yeah, I agree. Especially like for the character. I mean, like Steve Bloom. I mean, like he's been so much that you don't even realize. I mean,
Let's see. He's Tom from Toonami,
mhm.
Spike Spiegel from Cowboy Bebop,
Yes,
Starscream from Transformers Prime, Orochimaru from the Naruto franchise, Wolverine from most of the Wolverine franchise or X-Men
pretty much.
franchises.
Yeah, pretty much all
Which, funny
Wolverine
enough,
animated.
none of the X-Men anime, even the Wolverine one. That's kind of funny, right?
It is. I
The
wonder why
guy
that
that
is.
started off with anime, they don't get him for the X-Men anime.
Hmm.
That's funny.
I.
Amon from The Legend of Korra,
Mm,
and Zeb Aurelio from Star Wars Rebels.
yep.
Oh, and Green Goblin from Spectacular Spider-Man,
Did
just
you
to name a
watch?
few.
Did you watch the Last Airbender on Netflix?
I don't. Funny thing, Netflix is being a real douche, and my
Mm.
parents' account won't let me share. So
Oh
I've been
no.
meaning to, but I do know that the only actors that make an appearance in both series are the Cabbage Merchant
Yep.
and God, I'm really bad with names today.
Yeah, me too, man.
Fuck. Um, who's he was one of the original Star Trek members.
Leonard Nimoy.
No, he's dead now. Uh, the Asian one,
Oh my gosh, Sulu.
Sulu. Yeah, his actor.
Oh my gosh. Why am I cannot think? This is actually pretty bad.
George Takei. George got it.
Thank you, George.
George
I'm
Takei.
sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm
We're
sorry.
sorry. We love you to
So
death,
sorry.
man. Like,
Yes,
yeah,
but those
yeah.
are the only two that actually make an appearance as both. So funny enough, James Say is the only one to reprise his role as the Cabbage Merchant.
Mm-hmm.
But
That
anywho, what do
was
you
really
bring the?
cool.
But anyway, what brought this up?
Oh, just when we were talking about X-Men anime, so I just went into more anime stuff and started talking about the whole Last Airbender. Okay, now on with the questions. Does Mr. Sinister still have a hold on Morph? Do you think that'll be a plot point for 97?
Well, they could explain why he's non-binary now.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, it's possible, and it would be a good segue. I mean, let's face it, Mr. Sinister is basically the Dr. Moreau of the X-Men franchise.
Yes, and he has not
And
gotten
honestly,
enough love.
and yeah, I mean, it's like, how do I put this? It's like every time we see a Batman movie, we always wonder who's going to be Joker, who's going to be
Mhm.
Riddler, who's going to be freaking Penguin. It's like, okay, yeah, these are all great villains, but Batman's got an entire rogue gallery. Let's bring on Killer Croc. Let's bring out Calendar Man. Let's bring out
Clayface.
Killer Moth, Clayface,
Yep.
Mr.
I mean,
Pig, Professor
dude, the
Pig.
ventriloquist would make such a great villain for a Batman movie. But they
Red
don't want to
Claw.
go low key. They want to go big, and and like, I'm like you, man. I don't think we need a Joker all the time. Jokers should be very, very few and far between.
I mean, look, Joker is a great villain. He's the yin to Batman's yang,
Yeah.
but you really got to spread him out.
Yeah.
But to be fair, as often as you play Joker is as familiar as Batman is, and people are more accustomed to familiar, which is why we see all these trashy Disney reboots.
Yeah.
And incidentally, do you have Paramount Plus?
I do.
I implore you to watch Into the Panderverse. Because if you're going to put a movie in it,
I will.
I need you to put a woman in it, and I need you to make her lame and gay as fucking fuck.
Yes, Into the Panderverse. This is South Park for anybody that doesn't know. Yes, I love South Park so much. So much.
Yeah, it's funny. They actually make fun of everybody up to the point where they had 6 episodes banned. 5 of them are the frickin' Muhammad episodes.
Yeah, I'm from an age where I don't want things censored. Just if it sucks, it sucks. If I don't know, I just whatever.
Well, that's because you have a sense of common decency. Well, do you know what art is actually?
Yeah, I mean it's figurative. I mean it's what you see something as it is, and it's under interpretation, I think, is what I'm trying to get at. It's your interpretation of a thing.
That's only partially true. Art, if it doesn't challenge you, then it's not art.
I like
the
that
expression.
Yeah, I've never heard that actually, but I like that a lot. I like it a lot. Good job. Okay. All right. So we had a little bit of Mr. Sinister love. Do we think we're going to get Apocalypse back?
In 12 episodes? No.
You don't think
so? No,
I
don't think so. In 12 episodes?
Even
no.
at the end for a teaser?
I mean, maybe like in the same way the freaking, what you call it? Avatar The Last Airbender teased Firelord Ozai in the end of season 1. Maybe, but that's like a soft maybe.
Okay.
Fair enough. I did see the first 3 episodes. They're like something in extinction. So it's probably Magneto releasing a full-on war. Because, correct me if I'm wrong, didn't Apocalypse already release his 4 Horsemen in season 1?
Yeah, I believe so. But
so yeah, it's like once you go there's nowhere really else to go.
Isn't Magneto on the X-Men's side now?
It's the whole. I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Because
yeah, he is.
Because I need to go back and maybe I need to watch a few more episodes at the end. All right. Well, we'll get into that in a little bit more discussion. Let's go through. I got a couple more questions yet. Will we get a New Mutant spinoff?
For which mutant?
For the New Mutants, Wolfsbane,
the New
Magic.
Mutants.
Yeah, you think we're gonna get a spinoff for New Mutants?
Disney likes to milk Marvel for everything it's worth, so
I mean, it'd be better than the movie.
Well, that's the thing about comics. Most people don't realize it. Look, movies are great if executed properly, but when it comes to comics, that's too far and in between. They work better as a series. Like Even Disney movies are that
Mm,
case. You've seen Ryan the Last Dragon, right?
yeah.
Would you say it would have worked better as a series? And they
Agreed.
didn't cast
Yeah.
Aquafina as the dragon?
Yes. Yes. Especially in this day and age, long form storytelling is superior than the 2-hour movie.
I
You could
mean,
just
unless you're
build up
doing
so many more
edibles, in
characters.
which case, yeah, enjoy the trip.
Unless
Maybe
it's Andy.
congrats, Disney, you found a new audience. It's
Mm,
people trying to get high. Wow, you've
yeah.
really fallen from grace.
Yeah, well, Disney hasn't made a lot of great decisions lately, so I mean, it is what it is. But
Is it
um,
COVID? Is it woke or cancel culture?
mm,
Is it Kathleen Kennedy? You decide.
yep, or is it D all the above? Who knows? You know. All right. No, do you think Professor X is still with the Shi'ar Empire?
It's possible. I just rewatched the last episode last night.
Okay, tell me about it because I haven't got there yet. Because I know he goes off because he pretty much goes there, and that's why Magneto kind of fills the void of Professor Xavier. And I mean, Magneto's X-Men, I mean, that's a great comic run. So, I mean, if we get that, I'm happy.
I mean, didn't Sinister have his own? Oh wait, no, he had his own. No, he had his own X-Men,
Did
but it
he?
had like but it was like composed of characters like Sauron and Sabretooth.
Man, I like Sabretooth. I really like Sabretooth.
Yeah, see,
He
that's
is
another character that
underused.
gets overused.
You think Sabretooth is overused?
In terms of Marvel characters, no. In terms of X-Men characters or X-Men villains, yes.
Okay.
But to be
I,
fair, he's like Wolverine's arch nemesis.
yeah, yeah.
So, and Wolverine himself kind of gets overused. So that does make the most amount of sense.
Yeah, I mean, Wolverine suffers. I don't want to say suffers, but like you put Wolverine's name on something, and it's going to sell, whether it's going to sell a lot or not. But because right now, I mean, they wrapped up Wolverine versus the Predator, which it's just a 4-issue miniseries at Marvel, and it's fantastic. It's a super cool story. Do you mind if I spoil that for you?
Go for it.
Yeah, so pretty much it's Wolverine as a boy. This is right after he found out that he's got these mutant abilities. He's a tracker in Canada. Well, he runs across a young predator, and they have a fight, right? And then it pretty much this predator is bested by Wolverine, and as both of them are growing up, like the predator and Wolverine on the different planets and everything, the predator keeps coming back, but Wolverine, because of what happens to him, he doesn't remember anything. So like there's familiarity, but also like, who are you? Why are you coming after me? And it
That'd be a
is
great movie.
right. It is.
Like there's another Marvel comic. Transformers was the comic was owned by Marvel for a while.
Mm,
You remember how the original Dinobots were originally made, right?
no.
They were originally made by hand by the Autobots as extra muscles to help defeat the Decepticons.
Oh.
But according to the comics, they basically had the same origins as the Autobots,
Mm-hmm.
except they, instead of landing with them and scanning cars, they landed into the Savage Lands and scanned the life forms there.
Oh, that's cool. I like that. I am all for. So right now we're gonna go do. I'm gonna do some more comic rant here. Right now there is what's called the Energon universe that Robert Kirkman is actually headlining with the Void Takers, Void Trackers, and anyway, so this is the GI Joe Transformers universe, and Duke #1 is one of the best comics I've read in 20 years. Easily. The Duke there's a Duke series
Does
and
that
Cobra
include
Commander.
manga?
I haven't read any GI Joe manga, so I can't say to that.
Oh,
But
just manga in general.
oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yes.
Hmm.
And Cobra Commander is a sci-fi horror book. And then I'm also I just got into the Transformers as well. So like, it's awesome. I mean, like in Duke number 1, you see him like a Starscream is going through the air, and they're like, "What is this?" He turns into a robot, breaks down a plane. Duke ejects. Nobody believes him, so Duke is actually on the run. It's a cool spy thriller. It's awesome. I've done a couple of Fandemically reviewed episodes on it, so it's so cool. All right, back
Well,
on
as a
track.
Transformers fan, I got to ask you a very controversial question.
Okay,
Who became Cyclonus?
who becomes Cyclonus?
In the
Megatron, maybe?
Transformers, no, it was actually Megatron becomes Galvatron. You saw the Transformers the movie, right?
Yeah, it's been a long time. Are you talking about the animated, the 85?
The 86 one, but yeah.
86, yeah. Okay. I don't remember.
Yeah, because that's a controversial thing. One of the Seekers or one of the Insecticons becomes Cyclonus, but because of the 80s animation, it's hard to tell which.
Oh, okay.
Some say one, some say the other, but I digress.
Man, that song, "The Touch" by Stan Bush, is one of the greatest movie songs ever. I mean, like,
Dude, that whole
it is
soundtrack slaps. Dare,
for sure, man.
Dare to be
God.
Stupid, Hunger, Instruments of Destruction.
Oh man,
even the scores are phenomenal.
Yeah, man, like it's good. I need to rewatch it. Every year I do what's called the Great Rewatch, and it grows so much. But like before it was just Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and now I'm like, well, I gotta watch Star Wars, I gotta watch Lord of the Rings, I gotta watch Indiana Jones, I gotta watch all the Marvel, I gotta watch the DC.
The Indiana Jones, where they ruined it by putting a chick in it, or the classic Indiana Jones?
I'm gonna stick with just the original 3 because I'm not happy with the last one, and I wasn't happy with Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, so I'm just gonna take that out of my mind bank. So Dial of Dennis, the Dial of Destiny was okay until the end, and then at the end they totally screwed it up. They gave him a decent ending. They should have stopped right there, left him in the past, and no, spoiler alert, they had to bring him back, and a chick just hits him once, knocks him out, and he wakes up 2,000 years later. What? I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, they should have killed him. He should have been what he was gonna find. Somebody's gonna find.
I don't know, man. I feel like they should need to get more fans in Hollywood.
Yeah, they don't want to listen to the fans. They just want to do like, hey, they want to know. It's
what I call the Michael Bay mistake.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's like you don't pay attention to the source material. It's like if you ever watch the show, Optimus Prime never kills in the TV show.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the movies, he just he kills back and forth.
Yeah, and they never talk about
excuse to bring new characters, but still.
Well, they also never talk about collateral damage either in any of those stuff. Like when like Batman, one of the things that always gets me, like Batman and those big, it's like, okay, how many people have you inadvertently killed? Like, from the building that went down. I mean, like, like, all right, so let's not be all high and mighty. All right.
Okay, fair enough.
So let's what's next for Magneto?
Oh, it's kind of going to be awkward. I mean, they're his enemy, but now he's got to lead them. And it's like, it was kind of like the end. It was like season 3 of Avatar.
Yeah.
Or I guess like the beginning of Beast Wars where Dinobot joins them. It's like, oh, we have a Predacon with us.
Awesome. All right.
It's like, it's going to be weird and awkward, but I guess all things considered, we're going to make the best of it. 100%. I know Wolverine's not going to be happy about it.
No.
But he's not happy about anything, so.
And that's the truth. You're never going to make him happy, and that's what we love about him. He's just going to go along for the ride. All right.
Or at least be written on if you've seen the trailer.
Yeah. All right, Tyler, what are you most looking forward to for X-Men 97?
Hmm. I don't think there's a one thing I'm looking forward to. I'm just curious to see how the first episode plays out.
Okay.
I mean, I'm probably going to watch the whole thing anyway,
Mm-hmm.
but it is going to be weird ever since they fired Bo.
Right, right. And they also made a few other changes. So we'll get into that. Like you're talking about, let's say the Rogue isn't all Rogue
She's
in
stacked less.
in X-Men 97. So from 96 to 97, she maybe stopped working out. I guess. I don't know. Okay,
Or
yeah,
maybe they
let's
just didn't have the budget to make her as curvy as they did back in the 90s,
right. So whatever, I
as
guess. Hey,
Deadpool would put it.
I'm still gonna watch it. It's still gonna be good. I can't wait
And
to
you know what's
hear
funny? You know what I've
the animated
noticed?
title.
No matter how much fans would complain about something, you still find them watching the
Oh yeah.
product.
Oh yeah,
So it's
absolutely.
like, okay, you can complain all you want, but we're not going to change anything
Right.
because we know that you're going to watch it regardless.
And you watching and complaining, I still get paid, so you're gonna get more of it. So awesome. All right, you talked a little bit about Bo. So Bo DeMayo has been fired. He was the showrunner. He did a lot of the writing. And not only was he fired, but he can't say jack about anything. This is a week before that the show's coming out. The show comes out on May 20th, which is in 1 week from today.
Literally.
Yes. So what do you think happened?
Disney's woke. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
And it didn't start out that way. If you ever seen movies like, say, The Jungle Book, Aristocats, or
Yeah.
Dumbo.
Yeah.
So I think he might have put something up on Instagram.
Mm.
They didn't like that. So out he went.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I don't know, man. I know that I'm sure whatever happened, it happened, and they were like, dude, you say anything, and we're gonna sue you. You will never work again. I mean, I'm pretty sure something like that happened, but now you know. Now we talked about X-Men 97. Let's talk about the X-Men that we all really want to talk about. We have to talk about the undateable X-Men.
Rock on.
Can you tell me what is the undateable X-Men? And just tell me, give me the synopsis.
So essentially, this started with another group I was a part of on, but it was one of those things where they just talked about it. But they really didn't want to go anywhere with it. So it's like, you know what, whatever. I'm just going to take the reins from it. But then we had our creative differences. So we just departed. But essentially, this series that we're working on is kind of a what if universe.
Mm-hmm.
If the X-Men were geeks. Nightcrawler is into anime, but which itself isn't bad. But he's into the anime where if you walk into the room, you're gonna not look him in the eye for a week, kind of anime.
Yeah. Okay. All
and
right.
it's all about the card-based stuff, like he usually is, like Yu-Gi-Oh, Magic the Gathering, and Pokemon.
I'm gonna go buy the new Star Wars Unlimited as soon as we're done with the podcast.
Solid.
I have not played
Wolverine's watching the loner anime like Trigun and Cowboy Bebop.
That tracks.
And one of the X-Men I be voicing, Colossus, is Big Brony.
Aha. You know what? That actually tracks a lot too.
And Cyclops. You ever see King of the Hill?
Yes.
He's the Peggy Hill of anime fans.
The Peggy Hill of anime.
He's kind of like he only follows the mainstream stuff.
Okay.
He'll pronounce certain things wrong. He won't say Princess Mononoke. He'll see Princess Mononoke or something like that.
Right.
And he'll look down at you for not knowing a certain anime or not being ecstatic enough about it.
Man, so okay, I do
And the only
trivia.
thing we keep similar about that particular character is like when there's an episode where Gene and the professor leave for a
Mhm.
mental health spa weekend, is the fact that he's crying and they're not even out the door yet. Because everything you see him at, he's always crying about Gene.
Mhm. And that actually tracks too. I mean, because Cyclops definitely
Has a boner
he
for Gene, either figurative or literal.
yes, absolutely. Well said. Yeah, I mean, so you're talking about like mispronouncing things. So when I do trivia nights at work, we did, what was it? Oh gosh, I can't even think. What was like Gilmore Girls, one of those shows, right? I've
Yeah.
never watched it in there, and I mispronunciated a few words, and I thought that they were actually going to kill me. I was there. So then, of course, I went ahead and mispronounced it on purpose for the rest of the night. It was Taylor Swift bingo. That's what it was. It's Taylor Swift bingo, and I mispronounced it in some things.
So what you pronounce it, Taylor Swift?
No, it was some of her songs. I just mispronunciated
Ah.
some things, but like, and then like when we did Gilmore Girls, we did a question about Dean, but Dean is played by the guy that plays Sam in Supernatural, and Supernatural is better than Gilmore Girls. So I was saying all that stuff. It was awesome. People were just looking at me like, "What is he doing?"
Nice.
It's awesome.
What else can I say about some of the other X-Men? As many people know, Rogue and Gambit are officially a couple,
Mm-hmm.
but it doesn't start off that way here.
Mm.
You know how Rogue's powers work, right?
Yeah, she's got to touch you, and she absorbs it. That's
Right,
how she got as powerful as she is, because she touched Captain Marvel.
right. But she can't touch anybody, so she becomes sexually deprived. So we're going to roll with that for a while. Jubilee is going to be our quote unquote straight man.
I like it.
Yeah, like every time they do something stupid, she just calls them a fucking weeb.
Okay. Nice. Nice.
Beast is into a lot of the characters do remain unchanged though,
Mm-hmm.
but there are some slight changes. Like Beast will always say, "I'm not a goddamn furry."
I like that. Yeah, that's yeah. I can see that happening.
Yeah, and we actually do add some nods to some classic movies and shows. The third episode is an homage to the film 12 Angry Men. We call it 12 Angry Mutants, where Cyclops has to defend Wolverine against all of his enemies and the jury.
I cannot wait to hear that. That's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, some of these enemies include Mystique, Blob, Avalanche, Omega Red, the Nasty Boys, and Sabretooth.
Nice. 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 Man, Omega Red, good job, man. You hit all the best Wolverine villains in there.
Oh,
I
that
like
just
it.
happened to be mutants. I would have added Lady Deathstrike, but she's a cyborg.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah,
Awesome.
she was a good one though. Also, Deadpool, technically not a mutant. Also, he's kind of tricky to add. It's like once you add Deadpool, it kind of ruins it because he just fourth wall breaks it.
That's fair. That's fair.
Though we did add
Oh.
She-Hulk, but I think she focuses. You can get away with adding She-Hulk. It's like she
Did you like the
has
show?
it. I wanted to, but I didn't get the whole twerking thing.
Oh, I didn't care.
Also, what they ruined Hulk's son.
Oh,
He looks like the kid you bring on Take Your Son to Work Day.
Yeah, man.
That's what it looks like.
At least, so okay, in some of the Hulk comics, this is pretty gross, right? She-Hulk and Hulk have a thing.
Yeah, so do
And
freaking Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver.
right. And
Comics are just freaking weird.
exactly. So like some of these comic book writers actually had to come up with a story in their head about Hulk. I mean, heck, we can go further back. I mean, you could talk about Superman and Supergirl in the comics
Yeah, but
back
they're
in the
cousins.
six.
Oh wait, yeah,
60s
so
and
are
stuff.
Hulk and
Yeah,
She-Hulk.
yeah. I mean, so like it's nothing new, but man,
Well,
it's still
hang
gross.
on. We don't know if if Kryptonian DNA is as what you call it, if their ways are different than ours.
Yeah,
I mean, at least Hulk and She-Hulk are somewhat human.
it's true. That's true. Awesome. All right, man. What else do you got about Undateable X-Men?
Well, we are planning for. I've got the first 3 episodes planned.
Mhm.
The last episode for season 3, is what I call the ultimate waifu. Is where Mister Sinister takes the DNA of all the X-Men women and makes his bride.
Oh, that's
But
clever.
he's kind of like a Frankenstein effect, where she just goes on a rampage.
I
But
like
we do
that
have
one.
some running gags, like the whole Jubilee, fucking weep thing, beasts.
Mhm.
I'm not a furry, or even Toad dying pretty much every other episode.
I cannot wait to narrate this.
But I mean, we have Justin Evans doing Toad, and it's a lot of people saying it was an homage to South Park, but it's an homage to Beast Wars, where Waspinator dies every episode because the creators really hated the sound of his voice.
Yeah.
So they make Toady sound like this.
Nice.
He's just all noisy and nasally.
All right.
Either it's being mauled by tigers or drowning by a tidal wave caused by the blob, or being thrown into an electric fence so it shorts out so everybody else can escape the MRD custody.
Very cool. Very cool. So who else are you voicing?
Hello, it's me, Mojo. I'm the big star. Oh, excuse me. That was the producer I had for lunch. I'm also doing
Nice.
a lot of the animalistic noises, like Sabretooth's roars and snarling. Like, let's see if I can cough up something.
Nice.
I also got the burps from Obnoxio.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Obnoxio is a more obscure character, by the way, who we wrote into the Circus of Crime. When I looked up the cast of the Circus of Crime, they just put the clown. He really didn't have any link to anything, so I just threw in Obnoxio and called it a day.
Very cool. Very cool.
And a couple of additional characters that are there, like guards, and even for the Token Beach episode, I do one of the characters, but he has only a line. Yeah, which sucks. It's an audio series, so you won't get to see any of the X-Men in their suits.
Yes, I think that would be kind of fun to go on dates with in your X-Men suits. All right, Tyler, with that being said, I think it is time. We have hit max levels. Awesome. Again, tell everybody where we can find you.
Hey, also, I am Tyler Brooke. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram. If you're interested in being a co-host, or if you want to join our Undateable X-Men cast, feel reach out to me on either or. And catch us on our latest episode, where I'll have my buddy Bradley as we discuss Character Madness Month. And check out last episode as we discuss what's in the name, as I spoke with Geek Talk with Tyler Hall of Famer Dan the Name, as many character names, whether they had to be changed, like a certain Dinobot, character named themes, like a certain bunch of turtles, or character names that got changed in translations, like a certain purple cat that we know from Dragon Ball.
Very nice, very nice. If you can find me on Facebook at the Fandemic, active on TikTok at Fandemic1. If you want to support the show, there are several ways you can do so. You can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/ the Fandemic. Find me on Patreon at patreon.com/PVOTN Fandemic. You can become an episode assistant, an episode producer, a prevenge producer like Stacy, or become part of the con. Yes, the Council of Nerds. You can just go to PayPal or Venmo, and I'm not going to say no to money. That's at Bradley Butan, or just share the show with someone you want to make a little more awesome. So, Tyler, thanks for leveling up my awesome and being a part of the Fandemic family.
Thanks for having
All
me
right.
again.
Tyler, what are your words of wisdom?
Life takes many paths, but no matter what you decide to do, remember that very important thing. Stay geeky.
All right, I like it. Remember, friendship is like peeing yourself. Everyone can see it, but only you get the warm feeling that it brings. If you think about it, every time you feel stupid, you just got a little bit smarter. And finally, never forget, squirrels' cheeks are also their nut sacks. Have a good day.